it's not out of reach for them. They can do most of the work. We're there to tutor, to facilitate, and jump in when they need it, because we certainly don't want them to sink, do we? All right, so I'm going to show this. And now I will say this. We had a little trouble with the speaker, so you're going to have to. This is Chloe.
Chloe, let's write the word and.
She's writing really large.
And. Can you write it faster? Can you write it faster? Check it. Right? Good job. Write the word the for me. The. Good job. All right. Now we're going to choose a book that you read before that you'd like to read to me.
I've got a
Which
sheet
one would
here for you if you want to take notes on each section. There's one in the center of the
Which
table.
one do you want to read?
There's one for everybody if you want to take notes.
County or costumes? Costumes, okay. You're going to do that good reading and check those pictures, aren't you? All right. Costumes.
Mom was a scarecrow. Bobby was
This is a
pirate.
familiar reading now.
Was a
I
pirate.
like the way you make it match.
Skipper was an angel. Dad was a chicken.
Job.
Everyone was happy because they're smiling.
I said, how do you know everyone's happy? I wanted to check the
Did you? That's
picture.
what good readers do, is they check the picture. Did you want to read Sammy too? All right.
I have down read one.
loves to
I have
run.
two,
Like
because
the way
quickly you
checking
can
your
read two.
picture and making it match.
Sammy loves to run in the house.
Did that match? Let's try that again. Where does Sammy run? Sammy?
Runs in the house.
Did that match? Good job.
I'll explain that after the video.
He runs in the garage.
Good checking.
Sammy runs in the grass.
Good job.
He runs in the leaves
How did you know it was leaves?
because there's leaves everywhere.
Check your picture. That's what good readers do.
Sammy runs in the flowers and oh no! The paint in the paint. Oh no, Sammy!
Good job. You said, oh no, and that didn't look right, did it? You went back and you fixed it. You said, in the paint. Did that match and look right?
She said the wrong
You are
words
a
and went
good
back and corrected
reader.
herself.
That's what good readers do. Good job.
No on the new
Here's our
book.
new story. Okay. This is called We Can Run. And in this story, the children tell us we can do lots of things. And the children said that. And then the animals say we can We can too. So let's look at the picture before we read. Let's turn the page and look at the picture and tell me what's happening. So what are the children going to say here? What can they do? You don't have to read it yet, just tell me the picture.
They're running.
Right, and who else can run?
Horses.
Can they run too?
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. What's happening here? What can they do?
The children can swing and the monkeys can too.
Can you see this word? That word you wrote for me, what's that word?
And.
You, that's good job. That's the word you were writing for me. All right, what's going to happen on the next page?
Oh, spider.
Oh, there he is.
There's little animals in the corners of the page. She got all hung up on that,
Good eyes.
which they're gonna do.
Ants on this one though.
Yeah. All right, so what's happening on the next page? What are they doing
Oh,
here?
and a worm right here.
Yeah, what can they do here?
I'm trying to redirect.
Okay. What can we do? What are they doing in the
The
picture?
children can crawl.
And who else can crawl?
The crabs.
Oh, awesome.
And look, there's a worm.
All right, tell me what's happening on the next page, because that's what good readers do. They look at the picture and tell me what's happening.
The children are jumping.
And who else can jump?
The kangaroos can too.
Good job.
That's a grasshopper.
What are the children going to say to tell us now?
children is a word in there, so I keep repeating it, because it might be hard for them.
Ladybug.
Mhm. And it, all right. What can they do here?
We can swim.
That's what the children said. And who else can swim?
A whale.
Hey, how do you know that's a whale?
Because.
You looking at the picture? Good job.
And there's a fish.
You are so smart. You notice everything. All right, what are they doing in that water?
They're diving.
Yeah, who else can dive?
Penguin.
Oh my gosh, what fun.
I think that's beautiful.
Well, you might be right. And here at the end, they're all just telling us what they can do. So this is your new book, We Can Run. So I want you to point to your words and check your picture and read that to me and do all that good reading work that you do.
We can run, said the children. And horses
I planted it so many
can run
times, she-
too.
Good job.
We can swing, said the children. Monkeys can swim. And monkeys can
She left out Anne,
swim too.
fixed it.
Good fix, good fix.
Do you promote the finger?
We can
In the
crawl,
lower levels, yeah.
said the children. And crabs can crawl too.
I'll share that with you when
That's
this is
making
over.
sense, isn't it?
We can jump, said the children, and kangaroos can jump
Did
too.
that match? That made sense, didn't it? Good job, you're checking on yourself.
We can climb, said the children. Cats can, and cats can.
That's that
climb
word
too.
"and" we've been working on,
Fixing
right?
there? You sure did.
We can swim, said the children, and whales can swim too. We can dive, said the children, and penguins can dive too.
Well, you did such a good job. Can I go back and show you what you did on this page?
I go back and show them where they did something
You
really,
said
really good,
monkeys
so I can
can
reinforce that.
swing too, and it didn't match, did it? And you went back and you fixed it because that's the word that you know. What's that word that you know? And did that make sense? And look right when you did that? You are such a good reader that notices something and fixes it. Very good. And what's that word that you were working on that you know?
And
Right, and what's that other word you were working on?
the.
And you know that word, and that helps you read, doesn't it? Good job. All right, so we're thinking about that word the. Remember how we played this part? That's the word the, and Miss Sue's gonna cover it up, and then Miss Chloe's gonna make the word right there.
That's on this sheet. So it looks like this. I wrote "the," but I covered it up, and she's making it with the
Right.
letters.
All right, scramble it up. Make it again. Ready to check? Does it match?
Yeah.
Are you right? Now, you wanna make it one more time?
Maybe two.
All right, make it again, real quick.
She even said, "I want to make it backwards." And when I said, "No, you have to make it front, the right way."
Now I'm gonna have you write the word.
Oh.
Right here, write it right here.
Yeah, I'll put that right there.
Thank you, you can write it right there. Oops, I gotta cover it, right? And then we're gonna check. Write it right here. Dot.
They use like
You are
pencils,
so
crayon,
smart.
marker.
You're writing that word and reading that word.
There'll be pencils for you.
Okay.
Check. Does it match?
Yes.
Are you right? Do you know that word?
The.
That word is the. That's the when you write it, and it's the when you read it. Now let's think about all the fun things we can do. What does Chloe like to do?
I like to play soccer.
Now we're in the writing part.
In soccer even.
So what would you like to write? You want to say, Chloe likes to play soccer? Okay, say that with me.
Chloe likes to play soccer.
Okay, say it again.
Chloe likes to play soccer.
What's the first word you're going to write?
See,
Right.
Chloe.
Chloe. You write. Remember, Mrs. Cross is going to help when you write what you can't write. You write Chloe.
C H L O E.
Good. What does that say?
Chloe.
Always make them read it after they write it. Make them always go back and read it.
Likes.
write what you know about, like, leave a space here, leave a big space, there you go. Likes.
Yeah, I mean.
Like so, like,
I put the K in there and the E.
likes, what do you hear at the end? Likes. You put the S
She
right
put
there?
the S. She wrote the L-I, I wrote K-E, and she wrote S. And that's perfectly fine.
All right. Oh, all right, I'm gonna make that.
Okay, that letter might be backwards. I might just say it goes this way, so.
Chloe likes,
To play soccer.
okay, the next word is Chloe likes two. What do you know about two?
It's gonna be a T-O.
A T, oh, there you go, put it right there.
I did not
Space
know
so it's easy
anything
for us
about
to
this
read.
child. I had to just, you know,
Yeah.
so
well,
you'll know more about what your child can do when you ask them to write. I did not know what she knew, so I had to kind of play it by ear.
Chloe likes to play.
We have room for play here?
Yeah.
Okay. Play, what do you hear? Say it. Play. Play. Say it. Hey, what do you hear? Well, you know that word, don't you? You know that word.
And that's gonna
play.
happen.
Okay.
They're gonna say they don't know it. Sometimes they do and
So
sometimes they
guess
don't.
what? That's what I'm here for. Okay, so now read, before you go on, point and read what you wrote.
Chloe likes to play.
Where's soccer gonna go? Do we have room for soccer?
No.
Where should we write soccer?
We should write soccer right down here.
Right, so what does soccer start with? Start right here.
I'm showing her where to start. She's having a little bit of trouble.
S.
Right. Let me help. Do you hear anything else? Say soccer.
O.
There you go. You write it. Say it again. Soccer.
C.
See? Good job.
And sometimes they're gonna say K, and you're gonna say, it sounds like a K, but it's a C.
R.
R.
Good.
I put the E, and then I squeezed the E in there, and then she wrote the R.
Well, you know that, but you don't hear it, do you? We don't hear it. All right, okay, make it R. And you know what goes at the end of the sentence? A little more, it says it right time. Good job, you knew that was a period. You are so smart. All right, good writers read what they wrote, so read.
Chloe likes to play soccer.
Did that match? Did you do a good job? Very good. So what we did today was we learned about what good readers do. And you know what you did as a good reader?
We're setting
What
a
did you
goal
do?
now.
It was so smart.
I read it and
I read it.
pointing at the word.
You pointed at the words, you made it match. Did you check your picture? Right. And did you make sure that everything matched
Mm-hmm.
and that it made sense?
Yep.
So tomorrow when we read again, we'll do the same thing. We'll make sure that our reading makes sense and that we check our picture and use the words we know. Right? Okay, Chloe, thank you.
All right, so, just so you know, that was my one and only session, so, like, they're not gonna know how to set a goal till you start talking with them. So you might have to help them set a goal the first time. So what you saw in the beginning when she's a left-handed, and she was really making it big like this, so you have to ask them to write a little smaller. Because when you write this big, it takes a lot longer. So you might ask them to write it faster? Did she really write it much faster? So that's something I need to work on. This is a child actually going into first grade this fall. And she knows more than she thinks she knows, but when we talk about that one-to-one matching, what that means is, here's the story she was reading, and what we mean by the matching is finger under it. We can run, said the children, and then she would say horses, and the word was and what happened was she said horses can run too, and realized that she was not pointing right because there was another word over there and she was done. So she came back and noticed that it did not match. Matching is a spoken word, matches what you see here. So she went back and she went, and horses can run too. That's called making it match. And we had a question, so she corrected that. And then I said, that's that word we're working on. And she did that a couple times. We can swing, said the children. And if there's a name in a story or a really long, hard word, just give it to them. Don't make them struggle, just give it to them. So I said, in this story, the children are talking. And she said, monkeys can, and she's checking on herself and correcting because she's learning that word and. Does that make sense? We had a question. Should they be doing this? They should probably be doing this if they're a level 1, 2, 3, or 4. Once they get to a 6 and above, it depends. It depends on how they're doing. Once you know they can one-to-one match, the eyes do it. The eyes take over. We don't want first graders matching, all year. Really, it's just the finger helps the eye track so they notice what a word is. And so that what comes out of their mouth matches the print. But once they do that pretty regularly, and it's usually about by the end of a level 4 or early 6, then I say, hey, can you read that with your eyes? Try that just with your eyes, and they do this. And monkeys can swing too. That's called voice pointing, but that's okay. So we don't encourage them to go way up in the levels, but again, I don't know what you're going to be working with, probably some around the 4s. So if they're pointing, that's okay, because you want to make sure that they're making it match. And once they start making, and then work with the teacher. Can she read without making it match? That finger helps that young eye attend to the print. And once the eye knows that my eyes have, and I have to say, it has to match what's there, they take the finger out. But I also say, a lot of times when I get to a difficult book, and even in 5th grade I've seen this, sometimes they'll read with their eyes, they'll get stuck, and they want to see a part of a word, and they might put their finger under that part just to figure it out, and then they'll take their hand out of it again. So it kind of helps direct the eye. Does that make sense? So that was how she corrected that. And remember we said at these levels, the kids you're working with, you want them to be checking their picture, you want to make sure that it matches, and you want to start making, I don't know where she is, the next thing I would do with her is look at that beginning letter. Let's look at those beginning sounds. When you look at your picture and we don't know the word, they don't know the word monkey, but she looked at the picture and she saw the M and it made sense. So the picture is very helpful for students until they learn more words. Does that make sense? But I didn't do a lot of talking, did I? You have to redirect if you need to redirect. Building the word, wait, are we still on this? So what I did was, whenever you see a student fix something, try to remember that and go back and praise them on that. I saw you do some really good reading work today. You went back, because that didn't look like monkeys, because that was the word and. It didn't look, out of her mouth came monkeys, and she saw and, she went like this. So when you see them checking their picture, doing some work that's helped them, praise them on that. And what that does is that edges them forward, because what they're learning is, it doesn't matter what book I read, I always have to do the same things. I need to check what it looks like, I have to use words I know, I have to make it match, and I have to use my picture. And those are the big things in early 1st grade that you need. And remember, that sheet that I'm going to have Ashley send to you, it's got all the prompts for what you say for all the way through that part. And then we put the book down, and then we worked on building the word, right? On this, real quickly. I didn't do 25 words. See, this is going to happen. Very beginning, we just write 1 or 2. We just make 1 or 2. Because 1 or 2 good examples is far more powerful than 100, which they won't remember anyway. Does that make sense? Then we went to the writing. So in the writing, what I wanted you to notice was that that I made her repeat the sentence a number of times. We take this for granted. I learned so much when I started teaching 1st grade. I went from 4th grade to 1st grade, and whew, that was, interesting. But they have so much in their head, and they have so many exciting things to say. They don't know how to narrow it down to what I'm going to write. So you have to make it doable. If they say something really, really, really long, try to say, how about if we? So make it where it's their thought, but that it's not out of their reach. And you might start out with a sentence, but as they get better, you might be writing more than that. And what do you want to write? Sue, Chloe, what do you want to write? Chloe likes to play soccer. Say that. Chloe likes to play soccer. Say it again. They have to hold it in their head. If they can't hold it in their head, how in the world can they get it on the paper, right? Repeat, repeat, repeat. Also, so then I'll say, let's write the first word. Well, some kids think that Chloe likes to play soccer is all one word. What's the first word? Chloe. Write Chloe. Where are you going to write it? We start left, we go this way, we run out of space, we come back this way. Chloe, she knew her name. What's your next word? Oh, read it. Chloe. What's the next word? They might forget. Be ready for that. They might forget. So you got to remember. You got to remember. Likes. Chloe likes. And did you see what I had to do? I had to put my hand here and go, you have to leave a space. And I helped her make that space. And it may be the goal for tomorrow is I want you to use your finger to make a space tomorrow. Because we can't read what you write if you don't leave a space between your words. That can even be a goal. So I helped her with that. Then likes, remember I told you I had to write part of it and she wrote part of it. That's why we use a pencil. I didn't have a pencil in there. A pencil's okay, better, so they can erase it and you can fix it. And after we write likes, we repeat it. Read it again. Chloe likes. So did you see what we were doing here? She's matching it when she's reading, and when she's reading her writing, she's making it match again. She's seeing these words in reading and she's writing them, so she sees that recipe.